Hello, welcome to the Cruise Diary, back on the land after that lovely trip on the Saga Pearl II around the Baltic. Wasn't it brilliant? You can catch up on the videos, just click on the links down the side of the page here and you'll see it. It was a fantastic trip. I've actually got a couple of friends in that part of the world at the moment. Captain Greybeard, he's sailing back actually from there today on the Azura from the P&O. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks about doing the Baltic on a big ship as opposed to my cruise, which was on a little ship. And I've got another friend who's she's playing on the Saga Ruby, and she's actually doing almost the identical itinerary to us, so I'm sure she's going to have a good time too. Anyway, I'm back on the land and there's a fair bit of cruise news to catch up on, so we'll get going. But before that I must tell you about my weekend that's coming up, because tomorrow I'm going to see a ship called the Seabourn Sojourn, brand new, from the yachts of Seabourn. Oddly enough, at Canary Wharf in London. That's where she's going to be named by Twiggy. I was on about this before I went on the cruise, wasn't I? But I'm so excited. It should be a great party. I'll bring you the video for that on Monday. Anyway, let's do a bit of catching up. And there's been a big event this week for the new Disney Dream ship that's being built in Italy, and they've put the snout on the front. It's the bow section, 260 tons it weighs, and they sort of weld it on the front and clip it, and it's the bit that's got the Disney scroll on it, and also on the front there's a picture of Maritime Mickey saluting. So that ship, the outside of it is now pretty much ready. Now they're going to start work on the inside. Fantastic thing. It's going to have Disney's first ever champagne bar. Here's a picture of it. Can't wait for the ship to launch. She comes out in January next year, and she'll be based in Port Canaveral in Florida, basically doing short cruises, 3, 4, 5 days to the Bahamas. Now you can book, I think, already. If you check with our cruise partners, Virgin Holidays Cruises, they'll put you straight. I'm not sure whether you can or not actually. I suppose I should have phoned before I'd started recording today's video, but hey, well, you can do a bit of work for a change. Anyway, a bit more cruise news, and Norwegian Cruise Line, NCL, you know, the ones with the fancy artwork down the sides. Bees. Oh, I hate bees. They just announced their returns for the first quarter of this year, and they're sailing at 108% occupancy. Now you're thinking, how can a ship be more than 100% full? Well, the 100% covers all the lower berths. Anything above that, so that's the drop-down beds, they count as extra. They've been sailing at 108, well 107.9%, which is pretty good. Makes you wonder how then they can still lose $16.1 million during the first 3 months of this year. Still, they say it's not as bad as it could be, I guess. They owe $2.5 billion to creditors, so they are really being squeezed, and in fact part of their thing is to get as much onboard spending out of you as possible, and that's why, like a lot of the cruise lines are now going to, you get the basics, but anything else you want, you have to pay a bit extra for. Now it's not great expense, but it's one to think of. Oasis of the Seas, that's the new big ship from Royal Caribbean. She apparently has got the highest onboard spend per passenger than anywhere in the Royal Caribbean fleet. And in fact, Royal Caribbean, quite obviously, are now looking to see what bits of that they can move to some of the older ships, like the Voyager class and the Vision class and things like that. So it's a business, you know, they have to make this money. They do it wisely. NCL actually do it pretty wisely too. They know that if you go on the ship and you feel like somebody's there with their hand out at every place you want to go into, then that's going to turn people off. So it is fairly clever, and you're only talking about maybe $15, $20 usually, which is actually not a lot. And even if you don't spend anything on board, there is still so much to do and see that frankly you could probably do most of your cruise and not go into any of the extra charge places and still have a fantastic time. Now, that's going to be about my lot for today. I'm down to Canary Wharf in the morning to join the Seabourn Sojourn, so whether there'll be a cruise news diary tomorrow, I'm not sure. As usual, it depends on whether I've got time to do it before I have to set off and get to there, but I'll keep you posted on Monday with the events from this fantastic naming ceremony, and it's good to be back, and I brought the weather from the Baltic with me. Brilliant. Alright, see you soon. Bye-bye.